The Fairy Tale, The Warm Teapot and Sleepy Cup. In a cozy kitchen that smelled like a vanilla and cinnamon lived an old teapot named Wormy and his friend, a porcelain cup named Sonia. They sat together at a wooden shelf and loved the evening time. Every night, then the house get quiet. Wormy started to gentle hiss and hum tunes and sounded like a grandma's lullabies. Sonia listened, tilting her little ear-shaped handle and softly hummed along. Their favorite moment was when Mom put water on the stove and made some warm herbal tea. Steam filled the air, making the kitchen feel even cozier, like it was getting ready for sleep too. Tonight it's a chamomile and mint. Wormy said that means it will be a calm night. Sonia was filled to the top and a spoon of honey was added. She felt useful and loved, and that made falling asleep even nicer. When everyone in the house was asleep, Wormy and Sonia quietly chatted, remembering old time stories. Even if it rained or the wind howled outside, the kitchen always stayed warm, salty, and super peaceful. The Fairy Tale of Puffy the Cloud and the Sleepy Forest. High up in the sky lived a little fluffy cloud named Poof. It was soaked like a marshmallow and loved looking down at the world. Poof's favorite thing was flying over the sleepy forest. Everything there was quiet, calm, and a little bit magical. Every evening, when the sun hid behind the hills, Poof floated down slowly to whisper bedtime stories to the trees. As it whispered, the leaves rustled softly, yawning with joy. The squirrels curled up to sleep, the owls got ready for their night watch, and the little hedgehog gently pulled a leaf over herself like a blanket. One night, Pooh noticed a tiny bunny who couldn't fall asleep. He was tossing and turning under a bush, jumping at every little sound. So Pooh floated closer, rubbed him gently with its soft edge, and whispered, "Don't be scared. I'm here. I will cover you with a sleep like a warm blanket." The bunny sighed, yawned, and his ears went still. Everything in the forest felt peaceful and sleepy. Even the stars seemed to shine like a soldier so they wouldn't wake anyone. And Pooh floated back up into the sky, quiet and gentle like a mom singing a lullaby. The Fairy Tale, A Whale Named Deepy. Far away in the deep blue ocean lived a whale named Deepy. He was the biggest, but also the kindest. His voice was low and calm, just like the sea, and all the ocean animals loved when he sang. Every evening, Deepy gathered the little fish, octopuses, and seahorses around him. He started to hum and soft lullaby, and the water became a little warmer, a little calmer. Jellyfish danced like a glowing umbrellas, and the crabs stopped moving listening to the music. But one night, Deepy couldn't find his favorite star, a sea star named Lullaby. He swam up a bit and lighted up the sea floor with his soft glow, and finally saw her hiding behind some seaweed. She was so scared to sleep alone. Deepy reached out his fin and said, "I'm always here even when you can't see me." Lumi snuggled up next to him and the song went on. Up on the surface, stars appeared like a reflection of all the ocean dreams. The fairy tale The Little Watchman on the Moon. High above the earth, on the moon itself, lived a tiny watchman named Teak. He was as small as a teaspoon, wore a round hat with a little antenna, and made sure everyone who dreamed under the star could sleep peacefully. Every night, Teak walked around the moon clocks. He checked if the stars were shining just right, if the comets flew quietly, and if the moon dust stayed in the place. He knew that if something went wrong, kids on Earth might have restless dreams. One night a traveling dust speck flew to him. It came from the comet's tail and glowed with golden light. The speck got stuck in Tick's antenna and didn't know how to get back home. "Don't worry," Tick said. "You are safe here. Rest now, and in the morning I will help you to find the way." He placed the speck in the little moon hole, covered it with a blanket made of starlight, and sat nearby. He whispered a few words in the language of wind, and the speck fell asleep. Down on Earth a child was falling asleep too. They suddenly felt a warm light and knew everything would be okay. And Tick, the little watchman, kept checking the moon clocks to make sure dreams stayed sweet. The Fairy Tale The Little Star Mouse. One quiet, clear night a star left the sky. It didn't fall, it just decided to go on a little trip. As it flew through the clouds, it started to change. It got smaller, warmer, softer, and then, right on the grass sat a tiny glowing mouse. He glowed like a night light, and his name was Starry. He had soft little paws and a sparkly tail and the kindest eyes in the whole universe. Starry didn't stay in the field. He started to travel at night, not through cities or forests, but across pillows, irregular pillows of kids who couldn't fall asleep or felt a little scared. When Starry jumped onto a pillow, he gently touched the child's cheek with his firm, fusive tail. Then he sat close and whispered, "You are doing great. Everything is okay and you are safe. Sleep now." And right away, the child's heart felt calm and their thoughts felt light like clouds. Even kids who were scared of the dark suddenly felt like someone kind was watching over their sleep. Starry never stayed too long. As soon as sleepy cheeks started to smile, he moved on to the next pillow, the next heart. Every night, he lighted tiny invisible lights, not in the sky but in souls, and that made the whole world a little brighter. Sleep tight, little one. Maybe Starry will visit you tonight.